Okay, we're recording. Thank you for attending tonight. And really what I wanted to do was to see if anyone had any questions that we could address and talk about a few things for this upcoming week. And do you have any questions?
Um, I was able to see my course of study that you provided to me,
Good.
Eric, and I'm going to start working on that after class tonight. I've already provided insight for the pencil movie
Yes, sir.
discussion. So now I can start focusing more on week two's assignments.
Okay. And we got all the courses of study completed, so everyone should have those, and you certainly can start working ahead. And, you know, if for some reason you haven't yet purchased the modules that you need, you can certainly go ahead and start doing the non-Peregrine, or another term we will use interchangeably will be the supplemental assignments. And what I mean by that will be the assignments here that you can see that assignment 2C and D are Peregrine modules. If you have to do those, then you would either purchase them from the bookstore or purchase directly from Peregrine. These other assignments, well, again, non-Peregrine but supplemental assignments, like this assignment for turning in, this assignment here on logistics and operations, and this assignment on turning in. So those non-Peregrine or supplemental assignments, anyone can certainly start working ahead while you're waiting, and I would encourage you to do that. And you certainly, depending on the number of modules you have to complete, can actually work into a week or two ahead if you want to. That's perfectly fine too. I might not catch up with you this week, like if you were to jump into week 3, my focus is going to be on week 2, but if I get free time, I'll go out there and start grading those as well to try to stay ahead, or at least catch up with anyone who wants to work ahead. Have you ever used Turnitin before?
Yes, I've used it.
Okay. So you're familiar with the way we have it set up with reference to the start date and the post date?
Yep.
Okay. And again, for those who may not be familiar with that, the way I have this set up is I want you to use it as a tool to improve your scholarly writing skills. If you have to do this assignment or any other assignment that requires to turn it in, to go ahead, post it, look at this, the similarity value report as well as the index score, and see what is highlighted and try to go make those improvements. But focus in on, because some of the stuff that you'll be doing, we've already got the templates. So because those templates everyone is going to use, I fully expect that content to come back as being similar in nature, and that may elevate the overall value index. But what you want to focus in on is the words that you specifically write. And what do you see there? So that's really what you got ahead of you this week. And I think you have a forum post here in assignment 2A. I think the first one is due by Thursday. Then you got the 2 to respond to your colleagues, 2 more of your colleagues. Did you have any difficulties navigating anything on the web up to this point?
Oh no, not yet.
Okay. Any difficulties working with Peregrine or the bookstore?
No, I was able to get my access code. I purchased all 15 modules, so I was able to access all of them.
Good. And been receiving quite a few questions with reference to Peregrine, and there's a few things that I don't have administrative rights to Peregrine. So I would recommend, if you have a question, a technical question, certainly you may ask me, and if I know it or if I run across it before, I'll let you know. If not, I may ask you to contact Peregrine here and ask them that question. Like a question I got today was a very good question, that if the reading materials, the study materials that they offer through Peregrine, do I have unlimited access? And I want to say, yes, you do, because those modules are going to be available to you, I believe, up to 2 years after you get through with the program, or while you're in the program, up to 2 years from the time you start. But I think that is true for the reading materials, but not the exam, because I believe the exam, you have 3 attempts in 48 hours once you start. But that was a great question, and I really didn't have the answer, so I defaulted someone to contact them here just to validate my assumptions. I went to their frequently asked questions page, and the best I could determine is that the test, if you're doing a test, 48 hours and 3 attempts, but the module itself, which I interpreted to mean the reading materials, you had up to 2 years of access. And then another question was with reference to the certificate of completion. And the certificate of completion is issued by Peregrine. So anything that deals with that, you probably want to go ahead and shoot them a email in their work order system, or contact that 877 number to ask that question. Because again, they don't give us administrative rights to their website.
And you only want the because it does a pre-test, but you only want the post-test uploaded, correct?
That's correct. If I understood it correctly, the pre-test tells you what your score is, then it gives you the option, I believe, to study some more material before you take the post-test. And it's the post-test score that we're most interested in.
Okay.
And if you take the second attempt and your score is lower than the first attempt, it is the second attempt score that's going to be recorded. They wipe out the first attempt.
Okay.
But it's the post-test score that we're most interested in. And once you take a module, you'll see exactly what that's going to look like. It's a little bit different than the inbound and outbound exam, the way they report out, but I mean, it still have Peregrine's information on it. And I see if I can't find one real quick, if I can show it without divulging who it was, or sharing any student information. So as I'm looking, was there anything else that came up that you would like to talk about so far?
Well, I guess now that you stated about the supplemental assignments, will they be associated with the readings for Peregrine, or there's a particular different readings by themselves?
They should supplement what you see in Peregrine. Okay. They should supplement that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, they should be a little bit different, but yet again, they should be very, very close. And that was the reason why to do and I've had students do it both ways. I've had students who would study the supplemental material first before they ever took the Peregrine modules.
Okay.
And then I've had students who would take the Peregrine modules first, then the supplemental. And in both cases, they've been successful.
Okay.
And I've got one I'm going to show you. Get rid of one more piece of information here. Okay, so whenever you take a Peregrine module, whatever module it may be, you're going to get this certificate of completion. And obviously it's going to tell you your name, what is the title of that, the date that you completed it on. Then on your pre-test, it's going to tell you how many you got right of that. Then you have, again, the opportunity to study. But it's this post-test score that we're interested in right here.
Okay.
That's the score.
Okay.
So if for some reason you don't get this certificate of completion, you can send them information or email or contact their IT support, and they will issue that. But that's what's got to be uploaded into our core shell.
Okay.
And then very quickly going over into week 3, I think, let's see, is next Monday the holiday, Memorial Day?
I believe so.
Yeah. So, and I know some people wanted, to try to get ahead and work ahead, and that's perfectly fine.
Well, no, it says the 27th is the
27th. There you go. Yeah, next week is the 20th.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything from me, Mr. Reed?
Oh no, that's all the questions I have.
All right. Well, I'm going to stay on a little while longer. I mean, I'll stop the recording, but stay on a little while longer if someone wants to join us. And if not, then I will upload this and post it here in week number 2. And if you have a question moving forward, don't hesitate to reach out. You have my contact information.
Right.
Okay. Let me